Hey, we are going to do what's called a graphic organizer, which is just kind of a way we take notes and write down some of our thinking when we're getting ready to be writers. So we're not actually going to write a paragraph today. We're just going to think about writing a paragraph. And then I'm going to let you speak your paragraph in a Flipgrid. Okay? So let's look at how we are going to write our thinking and take notes. Okay, so we're in our journal. We're on November 5th. And here on the first line, I want you to just write the name of the story. Okay, so we're going to think how we would retell the story. But we're just going to put that in our topic right here. So on the first line, we're going to do the pigs. Okay. So our story was the pigs, comma, the wolf, comma, my L was a little short there, and the mud. And if you needed to go on a new line, that's fine. Okay, now it's not a sentence. We're not going to write sentences on here. We're just going to be organizing some of our thinking. So this is the topic. So we're going to put a box around it. And if you went down on the second line, that's fine. You're still going to include it in your box. Okay, there's our box with our topic. Okay, and then we're going to break the rest of the page into 4 sections. So I'm drawing a line up, draw a line down. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Okay, now when we're putting a story, retelling a story or telling our own story, we talk about what happens first. So I'm going to put first up here and put it in a box. We talk about what happens next. So I'm going to put next over in this side. Notice I'm not writing it big. I'm keeping it nice and small. Okay. First, next, then. It's going to come down in this box. And finally. Okay, so we have our first, next, then, and finally. Now, in each of these boxes, we're just going to put a couple of words that give us clues about what happened first in the story, next in the story, then in the story, and finally in the story. So first, what would you say was the most important thing to know at the first of the story? Okay, we probably want to introduce our characters. So which characters did we have first? Okay, we had the pigs, right? So we have pigs. How many pigs? We have 3 pigs. I'm going to put 3 pigs. Okay. We might want to put a note about their setting. So 3 pigs. Where were they? Mud hut. Okay, notice I'm not doing sentences right now. I'm just putting words that are going to help me remember the most important things from the first of the story. Okay, next in the story, we meet another character. What character do we meet next? We meet the wolf. So I'm going to put wolf in here just as a reminder that he shows up. Notice I'm not putting any sentences. I'm just putting words that will help me remember what was happening. Okay, and what did the wolf do? He tried huffing and puffing, right? So he tried to puff. I'm just going to put slash puff. Okay, if you have other thoughts of what he tried doing first or what happened first with in that next section with when we first had the wolf show up. Okay, so we have what happened very first, what happened next. You can put other clues in there. Okay, when the huffing and puffing didn't work, then what did we do? Who did we have? Okay, I'm going to write down Wolf again because he's our main character for what happened next. Okay, so first we had the wolf try to huff and puff. And then the wolf did what? He kicked in the hut. So he kicked and left, right? Did he stay around? Nope, even though he had gotten it down, he left. So I'm going to say kicked and then he left. He didn't stay. So again, I'm not putting sentences, I'm just putting words that help me remember what the main ideas were in this part of the story. So what happened first in the story, just some important words to help me keep it in mind. What happened next, what happened then, and finally, who are we talking about again? Who was the most important character at the end? Okay, we go back to the 3 pigs, right? And this time, what are they doing? Their house got knocked down. Okay, so they have to rebuild. So rebuild. And what did they use to rebuild? They still used mud. Why did they decide to use mud again? Okay, well, we could go back to the then. Why did the wolf leave? It's the same reason the pigs decided to rebuild with mud. So I could say both of these, in both of these sections, we could say how the wolf doesn't like mud, right? So they decided that the mud was keeping the wolf away. It was a good idea. Okay, so again, no sentences on here. I have my main idea, my topic, the pigs, the wolf, and the mud. Okay, and then I just put down notes of what happens first, next, then, and finally. Okay, now you're going to use this information. Go ahead and take a picture of it and send it in. But then you can use this information and look at it and use it as you speak a paragraph in Flipgrid. Okay, so you're going to want to say, let me tell you about, then you share the topic, the pigs, the wolf, and the mud. Then you'll say first, and you'll use some of those words that you wrote down, some of those clues to help explain what happened first. Create a sentence in your speaking, okay? Next, use some of those clues again that you have on your paper to say what happened next, then, and finally, okay? So use the tools, use the sentence structure that we've been practicing, the paragraph structure and form, and use these clues from your graphic organizer to help you share your thinking, okay? Good luck.